Today I'm going to be showing you how to take a 7-site Skinfold assessment, which is used for body composition. Today the equipment only needed for this assessment is going to be a caterpillar. This is the equipment needed, and that'll be all. On note for this also is going to be all the measurements should be taken from the right side of the body. Be sure to make sure not to grab only skin nor muscle. And when placing the caterpillar on the skin, make sure it's 1 centimeter away from the thumb and index finger, and halfway point between the crest and the base. When taking the readings, you want to make sure to hold for 1 to 2 seconds. And when completing the 3 measurements per site, you want to take the mean of each to get that measurement. All right, so I'm going to break down this pretty much to the 7 sites individually for the assessment when I show you this. I'm going to mark every site with a marker in which I'm going to use the caliper to measure above or right below. The first one I'm going to talk about is a tricep. Make sure you're on the right side of the body. It's going to be a vertical fold, posterior midline of the upper arm, halfway between the acromion shoulder and the olecranon process of the elbow, and the arm is going to be held freely through the arm. So midway, and I'm going to mark my caliber. Next is a subscapular. I place his arm behind his back to help me locate the inferior subscapular portion that we're going to be measuring for, and where the Skinfold is going to be 1 centimeter directly underneath it. At a diagonal fold, and again, a simple mark. All right, next is the chest. It's going to be the halfway point between the mid-axillary line and the nipple. And for females, it's going to be 1/3 of the distance. Next will be the mid-axillary line. The mid-axillary line is going to be the mid-axillary line at the level of the xiphoid process. It's going to be a vertical fold as well. Next will be the suprailiac, which is going to be the mid-axillary line superior to iliac crest. Next will be the abdominal, which is going to be a vertical fold 2 centimeters or 1 inch to the right of the umbilicus. The last side is going to be the thigh. Be sure to make sure the patient has all his weight on the left foot and his right leg is nice and easy. This is going to be a vertical fold, anterior midline of the thigh, midway point between the hip and the knee. Now time for the assessment of the readings of the caliper. Now I'm going to go through all 7 sites, getting a proper reading for each with a close-up view from the cameraman. First, I'm going to start with the tricep. Again, midway point. Get a good vertical fold. Pinch and hold readings of 7. Next, subscapular again. Place his arms behind the back so I can get a reading of the inferior point. Next will be the subscapular. Again, placing his arm behind the back so I can see where the inferior point is. Go ahead and put your arm down. Again, good pinch, a good hold, and I got a reading of 12. Next will be the chest. Again, the midway point from the shoulder to the nipple, diagonal fold, and a reading of about 6 or 7. Next will be the mid-axillary line again, xiphoid process, midway point, vertical, pinch and hold with the reading of 8. Next is the suprailiac. Again, right above the iliac crest, diagonal fold, a reading of 11. Next will be the abdominal. Again, umbilicus, 1 inch away, vertical fold, pinch, and a reading of 10. And the last site will be the thigh. From the hip, above the patella, midway point, vertical pinch, and hold. A reading of 7. Here are the 7-site formulas for males and females. The bone density formula is going to need the sum of the 7 Skinfold sites. Once you find the bone density from the equations, you want to plug it into Siri or Brozek equations to find fat percentage.